Day by Day Kids Bible, Day 27. Making a Fuss for Food, Exodus 15 and 16. Moses led God's people. From the sea they went into the desert. They traveled for 3 days, but they couldn't find any water. At last they came to a place with water, but the water tasted bad. The people began to fuss at Moses. What are we going to drink? They asked. Moses called to God. God showed Moses a branch from a tree. Moses threw the branch into the water. The bad water turned into good sweet water. Then God told his people something very important. Listen carefully to my voice, he said. Do what's right. Hear me. Obey what I tell you to do. Then I won't let you get sick. You won't get sick like the people of Egypt. I am the Lord. I'll make you well. God's people traveled on. They came to a place with 12 springs of water. There were 70 palm trees growing around it, so they made their camp there for a while. Then they traveled on. But in the desert they started making a fuss again. They were mad at Moses and Aaron. We wish we had died in Egypt, they said. We had lots of meat there. We could eat as much as we wanted. But you have led us out of here to the desert. You'll make us die of hunger out here. Then God told Moses, I'll send bread to the people. It will rain down from heaven. Every day the people can go out and get the bread, but only as much as they can eat that day. I'll see if they will obey me. On the 6th day, they can bring in 2 times as much. It will be enough for the next day, too. Moses and Aaron told the people what God said. You'll see God's power in the morning, they said. He heard how you were making a fuss. You're not fussing against us, you're fussing against God. Moses told Aaron, Tell the people to come to God. He has heard them making a fuss. So Aaron began to talk to the people. While he was talking, they looked out across the desert. The cloud was bright with God's greatness. God said to Moses, Tell the people that they will eat meat tonight. Tomorrow morning they'll eat bread. Then they'll know that I am the Lord. That evening, fat little birds called quails flew in. They were all over the camp. The next morning, dew covered the ground. Then the dew dried up, and it looked like bits of ice covered the ground, but it wasn't ice, it was thin flakes of bread. What is it? The people asked. It's the bread God sent you, said Moses. Take 2 quarts for each person in your tent. So the people began to pick up the bread. They measured it. Each person had as much as he needed. Don't keep any for tomorrow, said Moses. But some of the people didn't obey. They saved some of it for the next day. The next day it had worms in it. It smelled bad. That made Moses mad. Every morning people picked up as much bread as they needed. The bread melted off the ground when the sun got hot. The people picked up 2 times as much on the 6th day. That's because the next day was a day of resting. Moses told the people what to do. If you want to bake it, bake it. If you want to boil it, boil it. Save what's left over, eat it tomorrow. So the people saved what was left over. The next morning it didn't have worms. It didn't even smell bad. Bread won't be on the ground today, said Moses, so you can eat what is left over. For 6 days every week you'll pick up bread. The next day will be a day for resting. But some people went out to get bread the next day. The bread wasn't there. How long will you not obey me? Asked God. On the 6th day, I give enough bread for 2 days. I want you to rest the next day. The people called the bread manna. Manna means, what is it? The bread was white. It tasted like honey cakes. Moses told Aaron, put some manna in a jar. Keep it so our families will remember this time. So Aaron put some manna in a jar, and they kept it. God's people ate manna for 40 years. Then they came to the land of God's promise. Water from the rock. Exodus 17. God's people left the desert. They went wherever God told them to go. At one camp, there was no water to drink. The people fussed at Moses. Give us some water, they said. Why are you fussing at me? Said Moses. You are testing God. but they were thirsty, so they kept fussing at Moses. What did you bring us? Why did you bring us here? They said. We're going to die. We're going to die of thirst. Our children will die. Our animals will die. So Moses cried to God, what am I going to do? These people are ready to kill me. You go ahead of the people, said God. Take some of the leaders with you. Carry your walking stick. I will stand by the rock at Horeb. Hit the rock, and the water will flow out of it. Then the people can drink. So Moses did what God told him to do. He called the place testing and fussing. That's because the people had made a fuss there. That's where they tested God. They had said, is God with us or not? Then an enemy army came out of the fighting against God's people, and Moses called for Joshua. Moses told him, choose some men, take them out to fight. I'll stand on the hill tomorrow. I'll hold the stick, the walking stick that God has used before. So Joshua told some men out for some. So Joshua took some men out to fight. Moses and Aaron and went up the hill. They watched from the top. When Moses held his hand up, God's people would win. When he put his hands down, the enemy would win. Moses' hands got tired, so Aaron and pulled a big rock over to Moses. Moses sat on it. Then Aaron stood on one side of Moses and stood on the other. They held Moses' hands up until the sun set. So Joshua and his men won the fight. Then Moses pulled piled up rocks and made an altar. He named it God is my flag. Moses said, these people shook their fist at God, but God will always fight against them.